that when, and I didn't know this, but according to him, when ships fly, spaceships fly
Hello.
in space,
Hello, hello, hello.
this is a flying saucer. They fly in space and
Hello.
turns, and then
Hello, hello, hello.
the idea is that it has its own
Qu'est-ce qui se
little bubble of
passe?
inertia, its own little cushion flight, so it can make these right turns. And not only that, who says that people are necessarily even in these things? They could be drones, or they could be have robots and not even be manned by anything. They could be
Buy my
little,
book.
because we always
So
had
I'm
this
listening to
idea that
Lionel
people are
Nation this morning
broadcasting it.
while I'm
We also have this idea that somehow
supporting the
there's love
Gilets
on some
Jaunes.
planet. Zeta Reticuli.
And I'm hoping to get,
Binary seven is what, 40
I'm
40
hoping
years
to
old?
amass a
Which if you need a
subscription list
nearby.
of like-minded people from around the world
Speak with him too. That will take
who are prepared to stand up against the globalist, who are prepared to stand up
with a long
nonviolently against mass immigration. Don't get me wrong. Canada benefits from immigration. They benefit when they get immigrants here that leave the politics and religion back home. Wonderful people. When one group of immigrants is able to intermarry and have children with different groups, I'm all for that. I don't like these enclaves that are built up where violence occurs. That's no good. Where criminal activity, human trafficking, that's pretty gross. It's not to say that I think everybody that should come here should be working for the man either. I mean, that's not a solution. I wish immigrants would come here and just say, look at this guy over here makes $30 an hour. That's what I want to make, and leave it at that, and let the labor decide. Let the quality of a person's labor decide, not reduce everything to the lowest common denominator. It's all gross. It's all gross. I'm going to listen to my friend Lionel again here while I'm waiting.
And remember, when you see it, it's been out for a long time.
If I take off that, I wonder if I'll hear that through my earphones. Let me try that out. Ooh, there it is. And I can't. I got Lionel playing in my ears. I'm not sure if I'm hearing that. But I'm not getting any subscribers. I'm not getting any activity. Ooh, I got one person watching. I had one person watching. Nothing. So this is what it's going to look like. There it is. So I'm listening to Lionel Nation here. And what's going on here? There's a second microphone. It's in channel 2. I should grab my guitar. See, I'm kind of like 5 seconds behind. might not. Oh, I got one watching. That might be me, though. That might be me. I go to the video right there. I can lower the volume. Lower the volume. I'm listening to Lionel Nation. He's a great guy. He's a great broadcaster. He's 1,450 people watching him, and nobody's watching me. That hurts. That hurts my feelings. I think I'm the only watcher, though. I'm pretty sure. Ooh. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Why? Well, I read and I can write and speak French, but it's my first language, but it's not my practice language. Because I live in Canada and I live in Ontario. So I don't get to speak a lot of French, even though I do speak a lot of French, because I speak it on purpose. I'm learning Spanish as well, so I would be able probably to figure out what you were saying in Spanish if you wrote something. I could always use Google Translate as well. Try that. This guy here. My friend Lionel. One watching. That's me, though. I'm pretty sure that's me, unless it's my friend Savio, because I just sent him. Just sent him a link. I gotta make some more coffee. How'd you like that? Hang on tight. How do you like that? I want to get Google Hangouts going, but I don't know how that works, because when I go live, it doesn't give me the choice of Google Hangouts. However, let me go check something out here. Okay, I'll go here. Let me go and here. When I go to my YouTube Studio Beta, okay. Ce n'est pas là. Settings, what's new? I go to there. Skip that and go to the, what the heck? I want to go here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So when I go live streaming, there, I might be able to find it here. Ooh, events. There it is. Control room. Live control room. Let's see if I go to the live control room. What does that do? Ooh. Where is I can't find where the camera. That's the camera. Forget that, Ricky. Forget that. Stream now. Oh, maybe that's it here. I wonder if I did that. Oops. Copy that. Throw that in there. See what that does. Nothing. It's just the same bloody thing. You used to be able to do Hangouts. Oh, by the way, I'm totally off the Other features. How about that? Oh, more. My coffee just stopped. My hot water just stopped boiling. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to end up being a very lousy host here because I'm not very good at broadcasting and I'm easily distracted. But I have to start somewhere, I think. Hang on tight. Go here. Go there. Okay, hang on. I got one person watching, but I think that's me on another channel. Makes sense. So it was minus 28 degrees Celsius this morning here. Minus 28 degrees Celsius is dangerous. I'm going to try to figure out weather is right now. Minus 31 at the moment. That's pretty bloody cold. So how does that translate to Fahrenheit? Minus 31 C2F. Minus 23.8 degrees Fahrenheit. That's bloody cold. Il fait froid. Il fait froid. So I don't know if it's il fait froid or il fait froid. In any event. Is anybody out there? Does anybody care? Close that sucker. We'll close that sucker. Close that sucker. So if I got here, I got 1. So if I do this, I turn that off. What does that look like now? That'll probably disappear now. Unless this is... Okay. Here I am, rocking like a hurricane. Ooh, c'est chaud ça. Oh, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Learn more. I don't need to learn more. Okay. This here turns out to be just the embedded. And I don't need that. I can pop out the chat, toggle timestamps, participants. That'd be good. Well, I'll just stay here live and have a nice long broadcast while I listen to my friend. Yeah. Yeah, I was the only one watching. That's okay. That's okay. The Twitter, but you shouldn't. You should stay off Twitter. I'm totally off the social medias except for YouTube. YouTube is the only one. I'm also on BitChute, but I'm not really participating that much on BitChute. Matter of fact, I'll just take a look and see if I'm even logged in BitChute. It would be an interesting thing to do. See if I can get go live on BitChute. Yeah, I'm there. I'm wondering if I'm live. No. I don't think you can go live. I don't think you can go live. Yeah. I wonder what that's about. 9/11. Yeah. Wow. So I'm going to go here. 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 My volume is goofy. So I don't know what it sounds like. So go here. Live now. Turn that off. Just watch those. I'm watching Wendy Fell who's streaming Ruptly feed out of France. Bonjour les amis, bon courage, je suis mature pour mon âge. Hop à beau, merci pour le live et le courage. Il en a une de 30 centimètres. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Je ne sais pas. On attend. On attend. Help. Mike Spencer is his name, right? She's a mini Michael. I'm wondering if I'm going to get any attention on any of this here. I'm going to go here, les Gilets Jaunes. Calmez-vous, c'est l'humeur seulement. Dans le cas où il confisque les protections, il faut planquer les protections chez les habitants ou dans des lieux près de rendez-vous du lendemain. Je voudrais... Salut les réfractaires. Salut Rémi. Good morning Vietnam. Calmez-vous. Wow. I'm perfectly positioned to be paying attention to this movement of the Les Gilets Jaunes because I happen to speak French. Once I get some attention in this thing, I'm going to probably go live to that person. I'd like to be able to hang out. So what the hell is the problem with my hangouts? Maybe they took out hangouts. I'll look it up. Google, YouTube Hangouts. Maybe. Ooh, I think I know what's going on now. Because maybe it's support. New, select quick using Google Hangouts on air. Give your live stream a title, go live. Noah Body. Noah Body. Live. There's me. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go live and I'm going to go edit. There it is. Okay. Edit. Not sure what I'm supposed to put here. I got a bunch of things. Ba, ba, ba. Nighttime. Listening to Spanish books on tape. CD. More good money after bad grief. That nothing. I'm approaching 22, 25 minutes and I'm getting no views. Ma passion, mon soutien aux autres. 80 €, tu veux dire? Ok, je vais faire un re. Ah, j'ai perdu le signal. Damn it. Les Gilets Jaunes live. On va refaire ça. Bingo bango. Checkez ça. Hey, bonjour. Another. You're talking for you French people. One of them was an old woman killed by police. Il faut entendre le mouvement et s'organiser et comité des 10 à 20 membres d'atelier en atelier, d'usine en usine, de quartier en quartier avec désignation et délégués révocables, blablabla. Ça a du bon sens, ça. Fully scored, fully sourced. The French. See, this guy's got 120 people watching, but he's got 67,000 followers. So, and he's a YouTube guy, so he went to YouTube and advertised there. I refuse to be on the social media because of the sexist and pedophilia in Silicon Valley and Hollywood and all that jazz. I gave up my Netflix because of the bullshit. Get this. We got a Me Too movement for Hollywood celebs. And yet, and the media's all over that one. And a couple of girls get brutally raped and murdered and beheaded in Morocco. And no one says anything. This is very rude. Oh, I got one thumbs up. I wonder if that's my friend. If that's my friend Savio. Show yourself. Reveal yourself. Hey, my tooth is goofy, eh? That's just this. Is that just the reflection of the light? It's a reflection of the light. I got 2 watching. Merci beaucoup. It's about time. After 25 minutes, I got a little participation in there in the inbox. And if you want to subscribe, I'd really appreciate that because I'll be on here every Saturday. Hopefully, I'll be here every Saturday to talk about this, and maybe I'll get better at broadcasting. Because at the moment, I suck. I suck at broadcasting. Yeah, I'm too intimidated or inhibited. I'm not going to start drinking just to be on camera. That's for sure. Okay. 0 watching now. Dang, that was that sucked. Okay. Okay. Les gilets jaunes. Gilets. Oops. Support les Gilets jaunes. Supporte les Gilets jaunes. Yellow Vest au Canada. Puis là, je vais mettre ça comme décembre le 29. J'ai bien fait ça, là. 1900, 2018. Save. Wow, les moteurs. Hey, hello. No, just type in your search box, go Gilets Jaunes live, and then just you've got to narrow it down to today, and you'll get live coverage, man. You'll get the cops were hitting cell phones, cut off people's hands. I don't know anything about that, Sav. I don't know anything about that. Am I coming through loud and clear? Is it? Can you hear Lionel in the background? Because if you can, I'll just turn him down. Here you go. I got that. I got them down. Yeah, it'd be nice to get. Sounds okay. Good. I bought myself a little adapter for my Duet 2 because I wasn't able to use it on my new machine. So here I am. So you like my yellow vest? I'm ready to protest. I got 2 people watching, but I think one of those is me. I'm not on the YouTube. Sorry, on the social media, so I'm not getting any. I'm not able to publicize this. But I don't have it. Like even if I was on Twitter or Facebook, I don't have very many followers usually, because I usually fire people very quickly. So that's that. So yeah, I don't think you're going to stop this movement because you can put people in jail, but I mean, the following week there'll be people there to replace them. Just like it's like anything else, right? There's always some banker willing to give you a loan at a higher rate because eventually they want to get what you have physically, because they want to make you destitute. So they'll take your material and then they'll hoard it, and they'll just turn around and sell it to the next highest bidder. And that person will have to, let's say they take your house. Well, they can sit on your house indefinitely, right? They can go to the city and say, look, the house is empty. Nobody's living there. And we don't want to have to pay the taxes on it. And then they'll just wait until somebody's desperate enough to buy your house for you. The next day, I'm down the same amount. Yeah, but that's, to tell you the truth, social media it's got its utility, but there's a lot of people on there that are just bots. I seen this thing yesterday where in China, they just have these people, and all they do is they have like 20, let's say, iPads in front of them. So it looks like you have 20 people watching, but they don't have 20 people watching. And then they're all different names, and then they just kind of like antagonize each other. But they just like basically are antagonizing themselves. So that's that. I had up to 4 people watching. They're probably finding it and saying, hey, this isn't what I was looking for. Oh, I had a bad night, man. I ended up falling asleep to 4 hours of Genesis. And so I only ended up listening to like 5 minutes of it before I fell asleep. But I got to do something about chopping all that stuff up to make it manageable. I want to study the Bible. I want to know the Bible in and out, inside out. First of all, knowing the Bible is a great way to scam people. right? Get them to give you money. Another one to know is astrology. Those two there, people will pay money to have their fortunes told, believe it or not. And the stupider the people, the more likely they're going to use that product. So when all else fails, you just become a holy roller. I'm not saying that people should take advantage of other people, but nobody wants to starve, right? So, and I don't know. I have no worries about the future, uh, with regards to starving, not having a roof over my head. I have no worries about that. If I'm not free and living in my own house, then I'll be living in a cell. So that was one or the other, right? And I don't know. I'm just hoping to get enough money to just pay my bills. I don't want to work any more than I don't want to work any harder any more than just enough to just survive. I mean, I just had a $3,000 expense to replace my furnace. I was happy to be able to have that money. Otherwise, I would have just wasted it. I would have just, and then when I needed it, it wouldn't have been there. So I'm listening to Owen Benjamin live. He's got a great. Last night he spent almost 4 hours yakking, and I'm going to be listening to him later today once I'm not doing this anymore. I love listening to Lionel live. I'm listening to Tim Pool. I'm listening to a lot of all right extremists. They're not necessarily extremists in my view, but they're said to be extremists, like the Red Pill channel, I think it's called, Black Pigeon. They're just calling it for what it is, you know. One guy was making a point saying the Me Too movement was, was there to protect all these Hollywood actresses and people in the West from the Harvey Weinsteins of the world. Yet they don't want to talk about the murder of two Scandinavian young ladies traveling through Morocco. So what are you going to do? You can't have it both ways, mainstream media, and no one's listening to you. No one's paying attention to the mainstream media. And if they are, they're retards, right? And yes, people might be mentally challenged now, but they used to be retards. So I don't know. It doesn't change the fact. And I've had opportunities to be around retards or mentally challenged people, and they're not as dumb as these retards on the left. No one's stopping the left from spending all their money and distributing it to whoever they want. Don't go after people with money and say, hey, now you've got to give me some. That's not going to work, man. Right? First of all, you won't know what to do with that money, right? And it'll just end up back in the hands of the people who gave it to you in the first place, right? Because all they'll do is just turn around and raise prices. That's what they do, man. If 1 week you have 7 people buying something and the next week you have 6 people buying, well, guess what? They're just going to raise the price and distribute that cost over 6 people instead of 7. So fuck them. Oh, that's going to be nice. Macron's castle, eh? I'm just going to take a look at that one. Les Gilets Jaunes. Oh, I'm hoping I'm hoping to see Macron hang. That's just me. I'm not a violent guy, but I'm just hoping to see him hang. Because I think a signal that needs to be sent. We need to send a signal to the people who want to enslave us. We're not on, man. It's not on. Hey, look if you want to enslave me, you have to kill me first. So I don't mind being killed because I'm not going to participate. Just like paying all these pensions. I'm not playing, man. I'm not going to be paying for people's pensions when I don't have one myself, and I have no pension to look forward to, right? I'm going to basically survive. That's what I'm going to do. Survive. I've got enough skills. I mean, they're pointless skills, but I could monetize them at some point. Like I said, I'll just turn to religion, become a faith healer. Well, you know that. Yeah, but that was an old thing. Yeah, that cell phone out of people's hands. That was old. See what Lionel has to say. Yellow Jackets. Hey, I got one person watching. Hello. I got 2 thumbs up. 2 people watching. I love it. You guys should be talking in my. You guys should be yakking in my. Say hello, man. Oh. Show. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hide that for now. Oh, oh, try that again. Try again. Savio. Stavia was sharing a link for with us, so I goofed. That's okay. No, je parle français. Si tu veux parler français, on peut parler français. Je peux comprendre. C'est comme si tu me demandes une question, je vais être capable de te répondre. Sorry, no English. Bou. Tiens, on va avoir. Oh non, c'est ça. Sorry, no English. Ça marche. Oui, ça marche. Je suis au Canada ici, puis je suis en train de montrer mon support pour les Gilets jaunes. Es-tu en France, toi, monsieur? Abonne-toi à mon canal, puis la semaine prochaine, samedi prochain, j'ai l'intention d'être ici pour parler. Ici en France, c'est Gilets jaunes, oui. Je porte attention sur le YouTube. Il y a du live showing là, de les protestations. Ouais. Juste pour te dire, là, je suis au Canada, là, puis il fait moins 31 Celsius aujourd'hui. Moins 31 à matin. Je vais checker ça encore. Là. Peut-être que ça a réchauffé un peu. Il fait moins 32. Moins 32. Ça, c'est frais, ça. Ça, c'est froid. Il fait froid. Il fait froid ici au Canada. Au Canada, on parle le français puis on parle l'anglais. Mais pas tout le monde, mais moi. On espère changement du paradigme pour un monde meilleur. Ben oui, oui. Hey, salut. Désolé, c'est frais. Ah oui, ben, on est habitué à ça. Hein? On est habitué aux frais. J'ai 6 francs 50. 50, salut. Bonjour, 6 francs 50. J'aimerais ça avoir. Abonnez-vous, s'il vous plaît. J'aimerais bien ça avoir plus de followers. Puis mon français, je me pratique un peu avec mon français. Tout le monde dans ma famille parle français. Ça fait 400 ans qu'on est ici. Vive la France et vive le Québec libre. 100%, man. Oui. Vous avez raison. Ouais, je suis pas mal. Je suis écœuré, moi. Je suis écœuré des banquiers qui mènent, puis c'est pas eux autres qu'on vote pour. Oui, il y a des Acadiens, mais ça, c'est à l'est d'ici. Là. Moi, je suis en Ontario. Moi, je suis à Kapuskasing, Ontario. On va te montrer ça. Kapuskasing, Ontario. Puis je vais aller voir ici, là, Capsing. Yo. Au Wikipédia. En français, il y en a-tu un? French. Non, il y en a-tu. C'est pas Wikipédia. Ouais, tiens, on va les avoir. Tiens, on va te montrer ça. Tiens. Oups, try again. Ah, ça n'a pas marché. Tabernacle. Ah, ça, c'est pas le mien. Ça, c'est un des autres. Tiens, la ligne. Les banquiers sont le premier danger pour tous les autres. Mais oui, le monde ne comprenne pas, là, quand il va à la banque, là, ils sont en train de s'acheter un patron. Parce que si tu n'es pas capable de payer tes dettes, mais là, ils vont venir chercher ton matériel, ils vont mettre il y avait ça un lien, là, ils accotent ça sur tes affaires. Ça fait que on ne peut pas gagner. Puis à un moment qu'on en prête de l'argent, mais là, ça détruit la valeur de toutes les autres dollars dans le système. Ça fait qu'on ne peut pas gagner. C'est pas l'argent c'est l'argent qui met, mais c'est pas l'argent qui nous donne le bonheur. Ça fait que fuck them, man. Je sais, je suis écœuré de tout ça, là. Parce que moi, je suis pas une personne qui est endettée. Moi, j'ai pas de dette, mais j'ai pas d'argent. Quand je travaille, je gagne assez pour faire ma vie, mais si ça arrête tout ça, je vais trouver d'autres choses à faire. Je commence à avoir chaud avec mon gilet jaune, là. J'ai baissé la température de ma maison, mais quand même, c'est chaud. Puis, je ne suis pas accoutumé de faire de parler. En réalité, je demeure seul je parle pas avec grand personne. Puis, si j'ai pas besoin de parler avec quelqu'un, je leur parle pas. C'est pas pour dire que je suis un anti-social, parce que je suis un peu, mais c'est que je parle pas au monde parce que le monde n'est pas assez smart, on dirait. Tu leur parles puis ils comprennent pas. Comme moi, j'ai parlé à plusieurs personnes, puis je leur demandais, êtes-vous au courant qu'est-ce qui se passe en France avec les Gilets jaunes? Puis il n'y a pas personne qui savait. Parce qu'il n'y a pas personne qui en parle. Désolé, je dois aller manifester. Bonne chance, hein? Doudou Doudou B. Y a-t-il quelqu'un d'autre? Puis ça, c'est 6 francs 50. J'aimerais bien ça, être capable d'aller voir, m'abonner. Qu'est-ce que je vais faire? Je vais m'abonner à vous autres. Tiens. C'est facile, ça, non? Merci. Bonne continuation et à bientôt. Bonne chance, bonne chance. Ouais. 6 francs 50, OK. Barapapa. Wow. Ça va virer mal pour les banquiers, je pense. Parce que nous autres, on n'a rien à parler. Hein? Nous autres, si tu nous tues, mais on ne paiera pas d'impôts pantoute. Puis si tu amènes du monde au Canada qui ne veut pas travailler, comme il y en a bien qui arrivent ici, qui ne savent pas parler anglais, français, ça fait qu'il n'y a pas personne qui va les engager pour travailler. Puis s'ils viennent des pays où ils n'ont pas moyen d'être capables de déterminer quelle sorte de métier qu'ils peuvent faire. Parce qu'au Canada, tu peux pas être un docteur en Afrique, puis arriver au Canada puis être un docteur ici. C'est pas comme ça marche. Le monde, il se fait se monter à la tête. Hey, tu viens au Canada, là, tu vas devenir un ingénieur. Mais non. On a des ingénieurs à rien faire ici. Ça fait qu'on n'a pas besoin de plus. On en a trop. Il y en a trop. Moi, je suis bien instruit. Je travaille à la construction parce que c'est là où je gagne le meilleur. Fait que je n'irai pas me casser la tête. Gagner 33 piastres de l'heure à être un laborer ou 33 piastres de l'heure à faire un métier où tu n'es jamais à la maison. Fuck that, c'est. Puis là, si tu prends un job, mais là, tu deviens un esclave de cette compagnie-là. T'es fait. Tu as un client. Tu arrives là, tu travailles. Quand tu es fini, il crie ça à la porte. Je vais checker ça, mais 6 francs 150. Je vais les 6 francs 50. Ça. Ouais. 6 francs 50, tiens. Il y a 2 subscribers. Mais ici, c'est 6 francs 50. C'est pas la même chose, là. Damn. Moins 32 au moment. C'est frais, ça. Il fait froid. Il fait froid. J'espère que vous allez vous abonner à mon canal. À mon canal. Checker ça là. My canal. Puis mes subscribers, j'ai-tu moyen de savoir ça, moi? YouTube bêta. Peut-être c'est comme ça qu'on fait ça. Oh, j'ai 23. J'ai eu un abonneur aujourd'hui. Il y a quelqu'un qui s'est abonné. Les polices en France, ils ne peuvent pas gagner. Hein? Parce que quand ils vont venir à ôter leur costume, et là, ils vont être pris avec leurs voisins. Tu peux pas te défendre, ces banquiers-là. C'est comme tout le monde qui veut aller en guerre, qui veut faire une guerre mondiale. C'est pas eux autres. C'est eux autres qui veulent. On reprend la lutte des classes. On se laisse pas faire. On ne laissait pas faire trop longtemps. Force et courage. Et à toi, mon ami canadien, merci. Hip Hop Momo. Hey, abonne-toi, s'il vous plaît. Juste pour. Parce que quand je vais revenir ici, j'aimerais bien ça vous retrouver. Puis je veux être capable de faire le Google Hangout. Ça fait que je pourrais vous donner la link, puis que là, vous pouvez parler avec moi. Avec moi, toi. Vous comprenez-tu mon français? Parce qu'il y en a des fois qui disent que quand que tu parles aux Français de la France, ils ne te comprennent pas. C'est fait. Merci. Merci, Hip Hop Momo. Hip Hop Momo. Wow. J'espère que le monde me trouve. Parce que moi, comme je pourrais aller me protester, mais là, il faudrait que je conduise pour 2 heures à la Timmins, Ontario. Puis là, il faudrait que je conduise pour un autre 2 heures pour revenir. Puis il fait moins 32. Ça fait que moins 32 Celsius. Ça fait que il fait un peu frais pour moi, là. Je suis un vieux bonhomme, moi. Mais c'est pas pour dire que j'irai pas. C'est que je vais attendre un peu pour que les foules ou les manifestations deviennent plus grandes. Hip-hop, Momo, tu viens de quelle place, toi? Puis il y en avait un autre, là. Moi, je suis bloqué à la maison, je suis malade, mais on soutient à notre façon. Toulouse. Hey, ma fille a fait 2 ans à Toulouse. Elle demeurait là à Toulouse. Elle a été là, une escousse. Là, elle est aux États-Unis, mais mes 2 enfants parlent bien français. Belle ville. C'est là où ils faisaient, je crois, le Airbus. C'est ça que j'ai connu. Puis c'est là aussi où il y avait les Cathars, où la religion catholique a détruit les Cathars. Quand est-ce, je ne sais pas, là. Oui. Yes! Yes, sir! Hip-hop, Momo. J'imagine que tu aimes bien le hip-hop. Moi, je déteste ça, le hip-hop. Puis le rap. Je comprends pas ça, puis je veux pas le comprendre. Parce que j'écoute du blues. Du beau blues des Amériques du Sud. Et j'écoute toutes sortes de musique aussi. D'habitude, je joue de la musique aussi. Je joue de la guitare. Non, c'est un réplique du film Les Frères Pétard. Pétard, ça veut dire tirer, right? Tirer un fusil, pétard. Ma fille disait, quand elle était frustrée, elle dit, je vais y péter un plomb. Un vieux film. Un vieux film. Un vieux film de quelle année? 1900 tranquille? Voyons. C'est tout nouveau, ça, les films. Non, c'est un joint ou spot, je crois. OK. Ben, quand ma fille commence à parler en français de France, c'est drôle. J'aime bien ça. Weed, OK. Des joints. OK. C'est ça que ça veut dire, c'est un pétard. Un pétard. Qu'est-ce qu'il disait ici, là? Il dit les frères pétard. OK. Hey, c'est mon plaisir, hip-hop Momo. Hip-hop Momo. Mon nom originaire, là, les Fréchettes, là, c'était comme ça. C'était comme ça. Et là, qu'est-ce qui arrive au Canada? Tu arrives ici, et là, pour faire une différence entre les familles, surtout quand ça venait aux terres, il donnait la terre au plus vieux, puis lui changeait son nom pour pas partager, être pris pour partager avec ses frères ou sœurs. Parce que c'est ça qui est arrivé. Quand les fermiers avaient des familles de 10 enfants, après une escousse, la ferme était plus capable de fournir. Ça fait que c'est ça qui a causé le. C'est ça qui a causé le comment je peux. Le mot, je sais pas le mot. Il faudrait que je m'instruise un peu plus. Je suis déjà 53 minutes, puis là, qu'est-ce que je veux faire, moi, là? J'aimerais ça être capable. Il va venir un temps, je vais mettre sur mon chose, je vais mettre quelque chose de là, puis je vais dire, OK, écoute, on va checker ça. Il y a 2 personnes qui me watchent. J'ai l'impression que je suis une de ces personnes-là. Ça fait que je vais fermer cela. Je vais me rechecker ça. Je vais checker ça. Puis là, je vais fermer ça. Ouais, j'ai toujours 2 personnes. Qu'est-ce qui arrive souvent du monde? Ils ont un handheld. C'est un peu plus difficile, on va dire, pour s'abonner ou communiquer, surtout si tu es en voiture ou peut-être, qu'est-ce qui arrive? Des fois, il y a du monde qui ne savent pas parler ou ne savent pas lire et écrire en français ou en anglais. Ça fait qu'ils vont me trouver, mais ils ne pourraient pas s'exprimer. Moi, je suis prêt à traduire n'importe quoi qui arrive ici, là. Moi, j'ai été élevé en anglais. En anglais puis en français, mais j'ai toujours fait mes études en anglais. Qu'est-ce qui est arrivé? J'ai voulu apprendre à lire et écrire en français. Savio, are you still on there? Or did you go have a coffee or something? Hey, no Q news to 10 days of darkness. You know that Q news, you got to read it backwards. You got to read it from the bottom to the top. And that's how it makes sense. Because I believe that's the case. Because when I read the Q, it doesn't make any sense. From top to bottom, traditional reading. Would you agree? Would you concur? So I had a little bit of action there from our friends in France. What do you think about that, Mr. Savio? That was pretty exciting. I think if I start now, in 10 years, I would get good at this, wouldn't I? I would get good at broadcasting, but I have to have subjects and I have to be able to just, have talking points. And have you been listening to Owen Benjamin live at all? If you haven't been, man, he's the guy. Yeah, I'll improve on every show for sure. But getting back to this Owen Benjamin live, man, this guy here, he's the cat's meow, man. You know, he tells it like it is. He's a Hollywood insider. He's a Hollywood insider that was booted out for saying that children cannot decide to be transsexual, and he got ostracized. And he went from having, like, we'll say 2,000 followers on YouTube to 200,000 followers on YouTube within 1 year. And he's never been, I mean, he went from rags to riches. Even though he was doing well, he's doing a lot better now because he's got grassroots support from people who I'm going to show that. Yeah, there. Live site. I'm going to write that. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go open link in a new tab. You know, we should be coding, man. We should be coding. And I mean, we've got CodePen. We've got existing code everywhere we look. If all we do is make a fancy looking front page, we're doing something nice, right? With the CSS and the HTML and JavaScript. All that stuff can be, like, copied and pasted. All we got to do is come up with the content, right? And there's no shortage of content. And at that point, we can use social media, not necessarily for personal reasons, but we use social media for business reasons, right? And I don't know. I'm thinking of talking to my nephew of getting a store in the Circle during the summer months and just going in there and having a 3-month store just for the holiday season, the summer season. I got 10 guitars. I got all sorts of musical equipment. We could sell books. We could sell all sorts of things for tourists and make it so that it'd be very welcoming. And it's a pop-up store, yeah. But I'm going to sell my guitars, buy and sell my guitars, right? Because I'm not taking 10 guitars with me to my grave. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm not taking any of those guitars with me to my grave. And I got to get them in good hands within the next 20 years or sooner. And I can only play one guitar at a time. You know, if I start changing my strings on my guitar 10 at a time, it's going to start costing me a lot of money. So I have to decide today which guitar I'm going to play and then change the strings on that one and hopefully play it until the strings are completely dead. And for a set of strings to go completely dead, it's going to take me a year because I'm not one of these guys who changes the strings all the time. I'm not interested in the tone of the guitar. I'm interested in what's going on the fretboard and working there. Of course, if I had to play a show, you know, I would definitely make sure that my guitar was perfectly intonated. The strings would just ring, right? And but I'm not doing that. I mean, think about it. Yeah, pedophilia, man, that's grounds enough for me to fucking just murder people in cold blood. And I'm not saying hearsay. I'm saying, you know, convicted pedophiles, you're not living in my neighborhood without fucking getting run out. I'm just sorry, man. Around here, children run free. They're playing in the parks. And I don't want to live in a society where kids can't grow up the way I grew up. You know? And the same thing goes for rapists. I have no tolerance for any of that nonsense. You know, you're right. But I'm not buying it, and neither should you, and neither should anybody. You know, it's like seeing a pretty girl. Everybody falls in love with the pretty girls, but guess what? She's one pretty girl. If 100 people like her, she just can't be starting relationships with 100 people. So this one guy is going to be her boyfriend, and one guy is going to have a child with her, and maybe 2 or maybe 3, but she can only have one relationship and one child with one guy at a time. So lay off of those little girls, those young women. Yeah, yeah. Hollywood. I gave up Netflix. I'm not on Netflix, and I'm not going to spend any money in going to see movies ever. I'm never going to be in another theater. I'm never going to rent a movie. I've got a few series. I got The Sopranos on the iTunes. I've got Arrested Development. I own them now, so I'll just go back to that. And YouTube provides me with everything I need. And when the time comes, I'll just produce my own, and I'll join what's his name, Owen Benjamin, and work and write with him. And I'm not an actor, I'm not a writer, but I know that I know what I'm doing. I know how to write words. I know not speeches, but I know the way people talk to each other, and I know how to be funny. But I don't want to produce any crap. My nephew was saying, "Hey, man, come over and we'll record." I said, "Sorry, man, I'm not recording anything until I have a reason to record. I don't want anything out there musically that is going to be subpar, and it won't stand the test of time, and no one will listen to it." I'm still listening to songs from the 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, 90s too. I mean, I'll go so far as to go up to Nirvana. Nirvana's a great band. Je parle français. Si tu parles français, je suis capable de lire en français, puis je peux lire qu'est-ce que tu dis. Yeah. Well, I recommend that you tune in to Owen Benjamin, and every once in a while, drop him a hello and support, because right now he's got a lot of people attacking him on his live streams, but they're idiots. They're trolls, right? And like, people sometimes mistaken me for a troll, but I'm just trying to be funny. I'm just trying to fit in. So, I'm not a troll. I'm not a troll at all. And Owen Benjamin, this is another thing that's really unique about him. He says, take my material, splice it up, and put it on your channel, and create revenue for yourself. He's saying he's total open source, right? So there's that angle, that you can start a channel and just produce. And one guy's got Owen's voice as Darth Vader. So he's got like clips of Star Wars, and when Darth Vader talks, it's Owen Benjamin saying something wacky, and it's funny, right? So long as it's funny, it'll be worth watching. If it's not funny, it won't be worth watching. Oh, by the way, Savio, you'll appreciate this. I found myself a nice fucking draft in my house, man. I got to get my back door replaced. I don't know if my stopgap solution is going to work. It's going to help a bit. It's going to slow down the draft, but I'm going to get Tony to come over here and replace my door when it's warmer. Oh yeah, that's it. Like, if you take a Joe Rogan clip, he'll give you a strike. Like, no, you can't use my clip. So you can't use his products. But Owen Benjamin says, take my material, because last night he talked for almost 4 hours. So he says to somebody at the end, he goes, hey man, take this clip and chop it down. And look, man, I don't know if you're able to download, if you have software to download anything, but if you have Premium Pro, you're able to edit, right? So if you want to take one of his clips, just tell me which one it is, and I'll just send it to you through, I guess it'll be through an email, and then you just download it and you edit it and you put it up on your channel. And maybe you create another channel, right? Thing is that you need viewers, and the only way you're going to get viewers is if you produce good content. Yeah. I ended up getting this YouTube. It's called what is it called here? Wondershare all my tube. So Wondershare all my tube. And at the same time, I bought an editing software, but it turns out I didn't even need it because I had Adobe. But I'd already spent my money on it. So that's that. So I'm gonna go check and see what the Gilets Jaunes are doing right now. Gilets Jaunes, man, they're gonna fucking kick ass. The police are not gonna be able to do anything about it. They're gonna bankrupt the police force. That's what they're gonna do, which is gonna be great. Yeah, I'm always looking for new content. I listen to Tim Pool every day because he comes out with something at 4, and then he does a Timcast at 6:00. He has these other stories. Most of the time, I watch them. I listen to Styx. I listen to Lionel Nation, Owen Benjamin. I'm sure I'm forgetting someone. Here's another one. Marcus Conti live. I'll send you Marcus. He's another good guy. Look him up on the YouTube. He does a really good job. He's out in New York City, and he might even be broadcasting right now, live. No. Who else do I listen to? Uneducated Economist, Red Ice Media. See, Red Ice got themselves a strike, so it's Red Ice Media at the moment. I listen to Non-Compete, but he's a kind of a communist, so I listen to him, but I mean, I don't agree with what he says. Lucid D, he's a friend of mine out of California. I'm going to be recording his songs with my nephew. I'm going to try to get a solid tracks and send them to him, and then have him do the vocals. Yeah. Look, Savio, we got to get up. We're not going to get anything accomplished while we're sleeping, right? So, like, I woke up exhausted today, and I know why, because I was listening to 4 hours of Bible on the like, I had it going, so I was too lazy to get up. I was too tired to get up to turn it off. And as soon as I get up and to turn it off, I'll wake up again, and then I want to do something else. Like, I want to, I'll pick up my guitar and noodle it for 20 minutes. So I can't get to sleep because sometimes I just want to play guitar, and sometimes it's bad when I have to get up at 3 a.m. to go to work, but that's that. Yeah, I think my gas bill is going to be kind of expensive this year, these cold months. But I need to earn enough money to just seal up my house, and I don't know. I'd like to just tear my house down and redo it. Mark Taylor talks about Trump prophecy. Yeah, Mark Taylor. Yeah, he's exactly. He's taking the Bible and he's cashing in, man. He has no direct line to God. The Bible is very clear about how the world works. And if you read it enough, if you understand it enough, you're able to project into the future what will happen, because it's all happened before. When Jesus went into the temple and turned over those tables, that was what they call an economic collapse. So it's happened before, right? Getting rid of the money changers, get them out of the churches. It happened. The Catholic Church used to sell admission to heaven. They called it, what they called it? There's a word for it, like tribute, or you were buying you were just paying your way in. And there's like a scene in The Sopranos where Paulie goes up to the priest. He goes, "Hey, I thought my donations covered all this," because Paulie's a killer, right? "My donations alone should absolve me of all my crimes," he says, or something to that effect. Like, who the fuck does he think he is? Look at, there'll be a time where people will have to kill one another. It's going to be biblical, but now is not the time, right? Because people in this economy still have the choice to be stand-up people. Some people are choosing, well, they're choosing wrong, and it's going to snap back on them. It's going to be devastating for the poor bastards. So I'm in 1 hour and 12 minutes live, and I was exhausted this morning because I didn't sleep well, and I think I went to bed with too much food in my stomach, and it was all white rice. So don't eat white rice; it's not that good for you. I'm trying to use that as a filler, but it's crap. It's all crap, and I got to start like consuming about half as much food as I consume. And I've been only eating like from the perimeter of the grocery store where the veggies are and the fruits are. Obviously, I'm not eating many fruits in the wintertime, but, just around the perimeter. I'm not drinking any booze, not smoking any dope. I never smoke cigarettes, so that's not a problem. I'm not consuming any outside store-bought food, like takeout or fast food. I'm just boycotting everything. I'm boycotting everything until the system comes down. That's, the system of things. And Trudeau's got to go. Trudeau has got to go. Either he's got to go or I'm going to go live in the United States. And I really don't want to go live in the United States. But if I do go live in the United States, it'll be northern Michigan. That'll probably be where I'm going to go. Like across from Sault Ste. Marie, Sault, Michigan. Because I don't want to be far from Ontario. Like, I don't know why. I don't see why I should have to leave Ontario. Oh, and I was listening to this other guy. Oh, you'll love this, Savio. Supposedly, some asteroid hit Iceland 12,000 years ago. Did you hear about that one? I'll show you. I'll research this thing and I'll show you what I mean, and it'll blow your mind. Graham Hancock is also talking about this stuff, but let's see where that thing is. The lost city of, right here. We'll go bright ideas, bright insight. Go here. This guy here, man, he's pretty bright. He's got a bright insight. Check this guy out. Check that video out, Savio. Just control and just go open a new tab. And this guy talks about how this meteor or rock hit Greenland, and it basically wiped out everything that might have existed on the planet before that. And he was saying that if we were to just all expire on the planet, the last thing that would fall would be the Hoover Dam. So everything is going to disintegrate. Your computer, your coffee cup, everything will be reverted back into its like elemental form. So, except for gold, obviously, but silver, I think, oxidizes. So I can't speak for silver, because silver is not silver. There's silver oxides that supposedly play havoc with your health. I don't want to scare you, but avoid handling silver. That's the message I'm getting there. Okay, at least I got 3 thumbs up, which is nice. I like that. After an hour and 15 minutes, which is nice. Okay, I'll get rid of what I got here. And I get lazy. I'm so lazy. Blue man. I see. What was I going to say? Yeah. I'm as lazy as the next guy, Savio. And like you say, you don't like typing. So coding is not for you, but it's not necessarily the typing. Like coding is not about typing. Coding is coming up with an idea and then being able to execute that idea. Okay, show. I've got a new villain warface. Jobless people. Come on. Are you going to be sour on the Gilets Jaunes there, villain warface? Because this is not the place for you to be sour on the Gilets Jaunes. I'm all about the Gilets Jaunes. And as for jobless, you know, well, yeah, I'm jobless at the moment, but I'm not starving, and no one's getting my labor for free. So, ja ja, ja ja ja. Yeah. Anyways, I had one special guest star there. You're from Canada. You rich? Why are you talking? I'm not rich. I'm broke. I'm so broke. I'm not broke. I'm just. I just don't have any debt. You'd be rich too if you didn't have any debt. And you know, everybody who doesn't have debt is rich. Anybody who doesn't have children and has got no debt is like some of the richest people on the planet, right? Trust me, I've been in debt before. This is why I don't get into debt because it's because you're homeless. You're making videos. I'm not homeless. I got a house here. It's a tar paper shack on the edge of town. Yeah, Canada is socialist for sure. That's got to change, man. That's got to change, right? Because I'm not paying for other people's pensions, so fuck them. You know, people have a choice in life. They take a job. Yeah. Oh, I got a good job. I got a good job. Yeah, it's got a good pension. Well, that's you, sucker. Now you spend 40 years or 30, 40 years working somewhere, and now you're going to get a pension. Well, your pension's not going to be there because I'm not paying for it. So fuck you. Good. I hope pensions do disappear. I hope everybody on the pension fucking starves to death and loses everything they have. It's ill-gotten gains, man. You can't take something from one person and give it to another person because the person stealing from you is friends with you and is going to get away with stealing from you. That's not how the world works, man. Hey, good luck, Henry Cazou. Henry Cazou. Henri Cazou. I wonder if that's a French name or Henri would be with an I, though. Henri would be Henri. Henry Cazou. From France. Bonjour, Henri. Comment ça va? It's true that Canadians are rich as fuck, relatively speaking to the rest of the world. But we've got the biggest freaking country in the world besides Russia. And we've got 33 million people, 35 million people. So, yeah, on est avec vous, les messieurs, en France. On vous supporte. This movement is global. Oh, yeah, this movement is global. And I certainly hope that we're able to. J'espère qu'on est capable de se débarrasser de les politiciens qui sont en. Tiens. On a quelqu'un qui est arrivé. Well, I'm not a globalist. You're not going to convince me about globalism. No. I act locally. I want my community to do well, and I want the next community next door to do well, and I want the next community next door. I want to be able to take care of the people in my community that are suffering. Well, that's good news. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and subscribe. Abonnez-vous, s'il vous plaît, si vous pouvez. J'apprécierais ça parce que j'ai l'intention d'être ici à chaque samedi. Jusqu'à temps qu'on est capable de se débarrasser de ces les globalists. Do you know Gilets Jaunes are demonstrating for 60 cents a year? Well, I'm not sure if 60 cents is even worth writing a check for 60 cents. I mean, to take out 60 cents out of your pocket is going to probably cost you 75 cents, right? So look at, I think if you're from Africa, you should stay home and build Africa. And if you're from Ontario, Canada, you should stay in Ontario and build Ontario. Because what happens here is we have all sorts of people who basically run up a bill and then they just move. There's a lot of Indians and Chinese in Canada that can just pick up and just leave at any moment and go back to where they came from and leave us holding the bag. And guess what? Canada, all Canadians are on the hook for all mortgages, every single last penny. So that's got to be, that can't be allowed to continue. It's not right. Plus, there's only, like, money's only one currency, right? If you're an asshole, you're not going to have, you can have all the money you want. It's not going to do you any good, right? The way I see it, like trust, friendship, those are currencies, right? Honesty, that's a currency. Having strength, having skills, those are other currencies. Money's just one currency. There's no point in having to go work, pay taxes on that money, turn around, hire somebody to do something for you, and have him have to pay taxes on that same money. Why not just barter? Do it yourself. Well, capitalism is not being practiced. So you can't compare what we have to capitalism. The people who get the money first are bankers, and the bankers serve themselves. They fill their pockets, and then they turn around and give you a credit card of 30%. So you have to work. They're basically collecting your labor. The first 30% of your labor after taxes goes to them. So that's not a way to run an economy, right? And if you're buying crap like whatever, right? If you're buying things that are useless, that serve no utility, so you can't monetize anything. If you bought yourself, I don't know, a shovel, then you at least be able to dig a ditch. But if all you're doing is spending that money to buy, I don't know, a movie on Netflix, I mean, that money's just like gone. I'm not talking about Africa. I'm talking about France. Okay. In fact, they are demonstrating against a raise in the price of gas, which for a normal household, France does not correspond to more than a couple of euros per year. Doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what they're protesting. The fact of the matter is that you got people in your wallet even before you go to work, right? Everything has been hypothecated. By that, I believe it means that basically they take everything that you own and somebody else has put a lien on it and basically printed that money for their utility, but not yours. So at the end of the day, you're on the hook for that amount plus the amount that you owe in your house, for example. So fuck that. I'm not playing that game. And honestly, I'd love to go live in the Ivory Coast of Africa. I'm just saying, right? But I'm not from there. So what's the point of me taking my skills and moving to halfway around the world to work there for their benefit, or having them come here to work for my benefit? Just stay home and do your own, take care of your family, take care of your own community. There's too many people who are running away from crap. You don't even know what you're talking about. You probably didn't even study any economics at all. Look, I don't need to study. Everything that you've studied is basically voodoo. It's a wizardry. It's wizardry. It's people at the top telling you what your teachers are allowed to teach you, right? And you're going to go and regurgitate that crap. So good for you. You're good at regurgitating. Good for you, right? Outside of math and science, biology, physics, chemistry, all that other stuff is garbage. It's voodoo. And you're right. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know a little something about compound interest. And I know that the way the system is rigged is that you'll never be able to pay it down. So don't expect people to have to reach into their pocket to finance the very things that they've been paid for 100 times over, you know. And I don't even care. I mean, if you want to talk gibberish, go ahead, talk all you want. You're not going to be able to cast a spell on me because I'm not going to buy it. You know, my mind is made up. And when the time comes, one person will be left standing, right? But that now is not the time. And I'm not advocating violence, you know. And if people are socialists and communists and they want to give away all their money, well, no one's stopping them, right? Just walk into a church. So what you're saying is that the way a country or an economy works is voodoo. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Banks should not be owned by private people. Banks should not be politicized, right? It'll come to a point where if you don't vote the right way, the interest rates in your community are going to be higher than the people who did vote the right way. You know? Like there's politics in everything, and we got to get it out of, especially we got to get it out of financing, right? It's like this, okay? If I go into an African country as a big conglomerate, I can basically have my way with everything there. I can rape the fucking land, get all the gold and diamonds and lumber and everything out of there, and that's okay. But if I'm a desperate cocksucker on the fucking streets of Chicago and I start robbing people, I'm not okay because I'm basically using my resources in my community, which are human beings with money, and I'm stealing from them. I don't see the difference between a conglomerate and a thug who's basically knocking you over the head to grab your money. I don't see the difference. Look, I don't know what the answer is, but I know the present system is not going to work because you're stealing my labor. I have no problem with paying. Give me all the money. I'll fucking just redistribute it. I'll spend it all, but I don't think that's a solution because I'm going to make bad decisions, right? I might get a drug habit, and then all that money is going to go to the Mexican cartel. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just saying get rid of what we got. Get rid of the fucking queen. Get rid of all monarchies. Get rid of all those people who are manipulating finances to their benefit. The only thing is hope. See, this is what Soros does. Soros basically manipulates different countries, crashes their economy, but he's got investments that are going to benefit him in the long run, right? And for what purpose? Because he's mentally ill. He's a hoarder. He hoards. He doesn't hoard physical things. He hoards money. He can't have enough of it. Same thing with Jeff Bezos. He can't have enough money. He wants to destroy everything so that he can just look at my zeros in my bank account. Look at me. The economy used to work. You used to be able to go into a store. The guy behind the counter, he just looked you up and down. He knew what size shoes you wore. He didn't have to ask you. And he had been doing that for 30 years. Yeah, the banks will never work for the people. Well, no, but you don't have to deal with them. Just avoid them. Avoid them. Pay your bills. Don't borrow money, you know. Okay, so then you're suggesting everything but aren't suggesting anything. What's the point? Why get rid of today's system and then what? Our system is bankrupt. Once you're bankrupt, you have to go into the bank and say, hey, I am bankrupt. The banks are bankrupt. They have to walk in and say, look, we can't be a bank anymore. And oh, by the way, your deposits, they're no longer there. And we're all going to be going to jail now because we committed fraud. That's what I want. I want to see those guys. I want the investment side of banking and the saving sides of banking to be two different things. I want communities to have their own system of economy. You can't grow the economy at 4, 5, 6%. A tree only grows at 2% maybe. I don't know how what the percentage rate of a tree's growth every year, but we'll use that as an example, right? A tree that's growing will only grow a certain amount every year. The economy can't grow any faster than that. You can't cut trees down faster than they grow, or you're going to have no trees. Same thing with resources in the ground, like gold. Gold was a great moderator of economy because you could only find it at 2%. But now they've stacked up the cost of finding gold so high that there's a cost of mining gold, and then there's the difference. So why do you need gold? Because that's the way it works. We've put a value on gold because it's a finite resource. I'm just going to say this. So this could be total bullshit. But if you took all the gold in the world and distributed it amongst every last soul on the planet, everybody would have less than an ounce of gold, right? So take all the world's bills and just transpose that into gold, and that's the value of gold. But instead, we have paper money that can be printed. I can take my credit card and go spend $10,000. I can actually create $10,000 worth of what they call counterfeit money. Had you studied voodoo economics, you would know that separating savings has already been done, but still a crisis and inequality didn't change. Great. I'm not asking for equality, but I'm just saying there's got to be more than one currency, right? Like I want to send money to somebody in the United States. I can't do it because I got to pay some payment processor an amount. And I'm not giving them a cent. I'm not giving them anything. The reason I don't have any money is because I don't spend all my money. The reason I'm not at work right now is I don't have a bill every month that basically is the interest accrued on my debt. So I don't have that problem. Oui, je parle français. Je parle français, oui. Anyways, so I see people who work like hell and they don't have much more than me. But they're basically plowing because you buy your standard of living today and you end up spending the rest of your life paying for it. Well, what's the point of that? Live your fucking life, man. If I could start over again, I would have like a dozen kids, right? But I would only be able to have one child per year, which is a natural rate of growth. But if every man goes out and knocks up 12 girls year after year after year, one guy, eventually the planet's not going to be able to sustain that. I speak French. Je parle français. Je comprends français. Je lis français. I come from a bilingual town in Canada. It's mostly French here. Voila. So I have three viewers, and I think Savio's one of them. Savio's my friend. Savio Toronto, been my friend since 1986, I'm going to say, because that's when I met him, which is 32 years, man. 32 years. Stand-up guy. Look, I don't know what the answers are for the economy. I just wish people weren't so bloody in debt and having to work around the clock, and they can't. Like, why not share the work that is available when there's no work, right? Because what we have is called greed. You're laying down, man. I don't know what I didn't have a good night's sleep, but I was listening to the Genesis, not the band, but the Bible. 4 hours of Genesis explanation, and I want to study the Bible. That's the only thing worth studying. The only thing worth studying is what's going to get you salvation. And look, if we live in a world where we're all gonna just basically, it's lights out when we're dead. So what? I don't want to have to be a person who I want to be able to live with myself. How was that? Right? When somebody comes to me and they need my help, I want to be able to help them. But I don't think financially helping people is not, is going to resolve anything. It doesn't, right? You bail somebody out, all they're going to do is turn around and get back into trouble. I've seen it over and over and over and over again. So it doesn't make any sense. People have to learn their lesson, and look, I don't want to be sour on people who don't think like me either. Because I want people to have their own free will and think the way they want to think, which is fine. Like, I'm not a white supremacist, so you can put that away. I'm not anti-Semitic, so you can put that away. I'm not Islamophobic, so you can put that away. But I'll tell you this: I have no patience for people who take advantage of other people, regardless of their religion. I have no patience for people like in India who live in a caste system, who, when they come to Canada, they basically are at war with each other right under our noses. That I don't have any tolerance for. But I do love Indian girls, probably more than any other type of girl in the world. But I'll say this: they're not all pretty, but I like the pretty ones. But I just like them. I'm not going to go out of my way to ensure that I have just an Indian girl in my life. I don't have any girls in my life, but I'm just saying there's no Indian girls in my town. We have black people in my town. They're from the Ivory Coast, and they're wonderful. I would say there's probably about 30 black kids in our town, all like young adults, coming here to make a life for themselves. And that I can abide by. They seem to be very, very humble. But you bring in the Chinese here, man, oh man, all they want to do is rape and pillage. All they think about is money. And to make matters worse, they taunt us. They taunt us Canadians. They take us for fools for letting them in here. You can't win. Our generosity basically bites us in the ass. So, enough about that. I used to like the Chinese. Trust me, I used to. No more. They're all drug dealers. They come over here and they take ill-gotten gains and pump up the price of real estate in Toronto and Vancouver, to a lesser extent Montreal, right? The Indians, they came over here, they took over the trucking industry. Like, God love them, but the standards for driving a truck now have fallen to such a low level that the value of driving a truck, you can't make money as a truck driver. And that used to be an honorable profession. You can't do it anymore because somebody is in the middle grabbing and grabbing and grabbing any of the profits. And what are they doing with that? It's like when you go to work for somebody and you're making minimum wage, and then you do a little bit of research and you see where they live and what kind of cars they drive and the vacations they take and the level of wealth they have, and you're busting your ass working. Hey, man, that's not fair. I should be able to have a standard of living that's commensurate with the input of my labor, right? So many of the people who want open immigration, they're just wanting free labor, right? And they will also want to sell you their products, right? They want to sell you diapers. They want to sell you insurance. They want to sell you a car, And there's a lot of people who come to Canada who have pie in the sky ideas about how things are going to be here. Look, if you live in Toronto, you have about 3 months of good weather, right? But you'll never enjoy those 3 months of good weather because you'll be working your ass off paying $2,500 a month in rent. And $2,500 a month in rent is basically everything that you're making, right? And you won't be, I mean, you'll have to share that. So you'll if you're lucky, you'll spend $800 a month in rent and you'll be living with somebody. That's how it's going to go. Rent is crazy. You're damn right, Savio. Rent is fucking obscene. I remember having an apartment for $1,600 a month in Toronto, and I called up the fucking landlord to come and fix the heat. He couldn't deal with it. First of all, it was the place was designed with a crappy furnace, and the windows were paper thin, like the crap windows. So again, on the outside, everything looks beautiful. It's like Pyongyang in North Korea. When you're looking at that city from the outside, it's like, holy smokes, look at that. But nothing works there, right? From 10,000 up, it looks good, but 10,000 feet up, it looks good. But when you're right on the ground, it's like, no, I can't abide by that either, right? And the whole notion of having to negotiate with a landlord for a place to live, holy fuck, that doesn't make any sense. This big guy's he's able to lord it over you. You know, he can tell you if you can have a pet or can't have a pet, if you can smoke or not smoke. You know, he doesn't like the fact that if you need a parking space, oh well, that'll be extra. You know, so basically you're the one paying for the house, and somebody else is collecting the coupon. So I can't abide by that. So I'm approaching about a 2-hour mark here, and Gigi Jur is very, very right. I am not. I haven't studied economics. I read Zero Hedge, and Zero Hedge tells me what I need to know. But I'm also, in the last 10 years, well, since 2008, I've become very suspicious of the articles on there because they're written by people in the financial industry who are basically just talking their book. They're just saying, hey, man, buy gold. Well, scratch the surface, they're selling gold. Or now's never been a better time to invest. Well, they own stocks. They're hedge fund managers. Right? You can't get unbiased information anywhere. That's why you have to do your own research. And you have to have what they call like a gut feeling. Hey, New Plate, Savio, we should do something with this, I would say that our best bet to start is WordPress. Business Insider is owned by Jeff Bezos. It was created by this guy who I think he used to be with PayPal, and he got to a point where he created this Business Insider, and he just turned it over to the devil. And now the devil is just trying to tell you, hey, it's time to buy yourself an Amazon speaker for your phone, for your home. You know. And you can't fix stupid, by the way. You just can't. It's like the Huffington Post. The Huffington Post was just a bunch of people there just yakking away, but none of them were getting paid. So there's no monetary incentive to this Huffington Post, but somebody's making a heck of a lot of money off of that Huffington Post. Yeah, I used to be a big fan of the Business Insider, and as soon as Jeff Bezos bought it, I just tuned out. Same thing with the Huffington Post. I think it's owned by AOL or something like that now. It's not the Huffington Post anymore. Hey, it's very glitzy and glamoury. Well, getting back to this WordPress thing, Savio, we should focus on just doing a WordPress site. And what we do is we have the WordPress site up, very basic, and as we're learning, we update our site. Did I lose you, Savio? Looks like I might have lost you. Anyways, I'm oh, there you are. Hey, look at Savio. Do you agree or do you not agree? We should be doing something with WordPress because I need to get something in place. If I'm going to do this 3-month pop-up store for my guitars and my nephew's guitars, and I got a bunch of Eric's. Eric might want to market some of his guitars there, and we market other things, right? Because tourists they spend money. I noticed that when I go to Detroit to visit my daughter, I spend money like willy nilly. So I know that people's inhibitions are lowered when they're tourists. And I'm not saying that I don't want to have a store for 3 years. I just want to have a pop-up store because like I said, I have these guitars and I can only play one at a time. So I invested in 10 guitars throughout my life. I have more, but I've sold some. And I can only play one at a time. And I really just don't, I'm not going to be a performer. I'm not going to be a rock star anytime soon. Anyways, I don't know who my second special guest star is, but I got 2 people watching. And I just want to say, if it's gooey zer, you're right. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'll admit that. But I just know that everything I've been told in my life has turned out to be a lie. And everything I learned in school, it didn't sink in until I decided that it was going to sink in. The only subject in school that I paid attention to was chemistry and music. And music came so naturally to me that I didn't really have to, not music as in playing, but music as in theory. And I might be bullshitting there too, because I don't know what I don't know. I got 3 watchers now. It's good. Anyways, I hope that you subscribe. I hope you guys listen to Owen Benjamin. He does a lot of work live. Lionel Nation, Marcus Conti's got a great show. Tim Pool. And I'm not a right winger. I'm not a left winger. I'm just me. And I can, for the longest time, I leaned right. I leaned left. And now I lean right, but my philosophies have not changed. So it's odd. It's an odd thing. Savio, I'm going to say bye for now. I really appreciate you tuning in, and everyone else. And I'm like you. I'm starting to get tired. And it's true that talking is hard work, because people will think, "Oh, I'll just go on YouTube and talk," but you've got to have something to talk about. And as you're talking, well, you can't be going to the bathroom and you can't be making coffee. And Savio, let's do that Shopify, and we'll do the other one, the WordPress. The Shopify, I don't know. The Shopify seems to be just a lot of insider stuff, so that might be worthwhile going through because just because it will be. But I don't want to be one of these guys who, the moment you subscribe to him, you've got to unsubscribe to them because look, enough is enough. Okay. Au revoir, mes amis.